We're live.
Usual me to this
Do, or you
certification.
want to wait for Gary?
You want to wait?
Yeah, that's fine. I hear a motion that we return to open and certify.
Yes. Whereas the town council has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative reported vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. And whereas section 2.23712 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the town council that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore, be it resolved that the town council hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which the certification resolution applies. And only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the town council.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Paul,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Alice,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
So we are back in open. If we would, let's rise and Gary, if you don't mind, an invitation.
Let's have a moment of prayer. Our gracious, loving God, we give you thanks tonight for our liberties and for the beauty of the change of season and for community and the opportunity to be here to work and serve. We thank you for our men and women in uniform who defend, serve, and protect. And we ask your providence and your guidance on this meeting and on our community that we go forward in a good way in your sight. We ask it in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, what we'll do now is we'll move ahead and open our public hearing. And Gary, you've got a description of what this is in reference to.
Yeah. All right. The public hearing that was announced concerns the concept of the disposition of the town property known as Key Industrial Complex. And the reason that this is on the table is that before and since we revised our zoning ordinances to make it more open to a broader variety of 21st century industries and economic interests, there are potentially one or more entities out there, present or future, who may have a desire or may be attracted to locations with a large site, and the larger the better. And we want to be in a good position for that. So we're in conversation with the Stanton River RIFA that we're a founding member of as to how to make that happen. Any proposed disposition may be in part or in full. It may involve exchange, it may involve sale. All the details of that are still pending some unknown factors. But that's, as a matter of due process, it's part of economic development to do this type of thing. But since we are a governing body, we do have to give the public an opportunity to ask questions and to vocalize concerns before making any decisions. And that's why we're having this hearing tonight.
Thank
So
you.
I hope I've covered all the items.
So we've opened it and we have no takers at this point, but let's give it another 60 seconds just in case somebody walks in late, and then we'll move on.
You might note that there was only one member of the public that attended,
Correct. Thank you.
and that member did not elect to comment.
You were asking. You had no comment.
That's correct.
Thank you for coming. No comment. But thank you for coming. All right, let's move right along. A new business.
The public hearing is closed.
The public hearing is closed at, you are 100% right, 7:10. So let's move along. We have Jimmy and Alice who attended the county's plans for our 250th year celebration for this great country that we all live in. And we'd love to hear a report from you guys. And I'm sure the public would too.
Well, it was quite, we got in on it late. They had had at least one meeting prior to. We didn't know a soul there, except for Mr. Tucker. And I had met the Chatham Town manager at the conference in Farmville several months ago, and Mr. Shorter sat next to him and somebody identified him, so I knew who that was. Other than that, we didn't know anybody.
Well, I knew Kaylin McCluster, and I think everybody here knows Kaylin. And she's kind of the ramrod of it. She's the one that's really doing it, and I've got a card here, but she's asked us to get in touch with Jason, which I think Alice has already done
Yeah.
that. And I'm talking to the pastors in the area. They want the pastors to Kaylin wants the pastors to contact her about if it's anything they want to do for it. It's going to be quite an ordeal. It's going to start at the Chatham Courthouse. They're going to read the Declaration of Independence. They're going to have a big parade. I think it's some of the old military people back in the early days are going to be there to celebrate it. And then it's going to move from there to the agricultural center as you come out of Chatham. And they're going to move there. They're going to have a lot of stuff going to be going on there. They're going to have slides for kids. They're going to have food trucks. I don't know. It's just going to be a lot. And I guess we've got one more meeting.
Bands, a lot of music.
Yeah.
A lot of music.
And then,
Fireworks at the end.
if I'm not mistaken, next week we have another meeting.
Yes, we do.
And so I gave the mayor a complete copy of everything that they're going to be doing.
And I brought a list of there are 14 committees.
Wow.
14.
Mhm.
And I looked at it and I was ready to get up and leave. And then she said, well, the steering committee, which is at the top of the list, and I'll pass these around, take one and pass it along. Steering committee, and so the person who was conducting the meeting said, and we're the steering committee, so then I'm just, thank you, Lord, because it's going to entail a lot of work and a lot of opportunities for people to be involved. And when it got to the point when they mentioned that some kind of a branding or an emblem, I brought up Plymouth Hill, and it was like nothing. It is as though nobody had ever heard of Clement Hill.
That's crazy.
Yes, yes. And so, since I'm reluctant to share this, but it's just too darn important not to. I'm descended from the Clement family from several centuries back, and I have in my possession family descriptions of the land grant sale from 1740 from George II of England.
Wow.
And the appearance of the 1,600 acres on the Stanton Roanoke River, and written by one of my ancestors. And by golly, I'm just not going to let this history not be celebrated because of what happened with the revolutionary participation in gunpowder. I mean, it's just too important. If it was some other thing besides the Declaration of Independence, that'd be one thing, but gone it. It's just too important to let it go. So I don't know, being the introvert that I am and averse to any kind of participation, it's going to push me to my limit of comfort. But I'm going to push.
We probably need to get something on the website for sure. Maybe we could do a flyer or something. Get out to the people.
Figure it out. I'll figure it out somehow. But it's a.
Have we thought about applying for one of those historical roadside markers? Because I know
We have one.
we do.
Yeah, at the post
Post
office.
office.
It was at the post office. I was thinking it would be on Pocket Road.
Yeah,
here.
and so
You're
it's
right,
not-
we do.
It's
It's
owned
right in
by
front of the PO.
it's owned by a foundation, and it's in disrepair, and I don't know that whether the time is right to do something to push the restoration or fix it up somehow, but this is a good time for something to happen.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we could do fundraising to restore it.
Well, we'll work something out. Somehow we'll work something. We've got 8 months.
I did meet a former Marine, well, there's no such thing as a former Marine, but him and I was talking quite a bit. And he did ask me if I'd be interested in working with him. They're gonna have a large field of honor, which I think is a wonderful thing. If you've ever been to Lynchburg to see the one there, Challenge will sit one up, similar to that. I doubt it would be as big as the one there in Lynchburg, but they are gonna work on the field of honor for.
Well, it said 350 flags.
Right. And it's gonna be a great thing. I think it's gonna be a good thing.
That's fantastic.
Well, this is going to be done in Chatham. Are they going to have a parade down 29?
In Chatham.
No,
In Chatham.
In Chatham. And
Yeah.
Then
On
everybody's
Main-
just
on
kind
Main
of
Street in Chatham.
The whole thing is based around Chatham. And we have to understand that we're just kind of the outliers.
We've got a pretty decent amount of time.
Yes, we do.
Is it something we should try to maybe do here in Hurt? Have something.
That's
That's
a
something that we
possibility.
need to think about. I don't know that we can brainstorm that tonight, but we need to get it on the radar if there's a possibility. Each of the three
Work
towns
session.
should have
Yeah.
something.
There was nobody there from Gretna at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the Plaza parking lot over
Yeah.
there. We could
And we were
have a lot of something over there.
being invited.
It just would seem like if there's three towns in the county, they should each have something, and then when you add this historical component that we
Right.
have here, puts an exclamation point on it.
Yeah.
There should be something.
Yeah, we need to start thinking about that.
I mean, we've in the past had cookouts for July 4th. I think at the very least we could do something in regards to that. Now, do we want to compete with what's happening in Chatham? I don't know if we would.
No, because it's going to be really nice.
It sounds like it,
Yeah.
which is good.
But really, if we did something small here about Clement Hill and its place in history, would we really be competing with people going to Chatham? I mean,
Right, it's our recognition of
Yeah.
our history
Yeah.
during that
It's all
250.
If you don't have an event, you would just not schedule it concurrently with that. So
Right.
you have, either have it a different time or on a different
Could
day.
we reach out to Evoca to see if we could coordinate with them? Because I'm sure they're doing something in regards to the 250th anniversary as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I think, I know they've already
I'm
mentioned.
happy to do that.
And they were around in that period as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be a valid coordination.
Yeah, they were hanging people back then.
Yeah, that's where the lynch term came from.
They deny that. The family denies that. They didn't hang anybody. That's what they said.
well, at least nobody that deserved it.
Well, there was a person
I
that
think
was
they quit
a
them.
British supporter. I went through the Evoca Museum, and that's what they said.
They were Tories.
The Tories thing. I'll reach out to the Evoca
They
folks
whipped the Tories.
and see if they're doing anything that we can coordinate with. What is our access to that building?
To what building?
Bennett Hill.
Clement Hill.
Clement Hill. Sorry.
Slim to none at
No.
all.
We have no access at all.
No.
It's hard to celebrate it.
You-
Yeah, but I don't know that you want to go up down those grounds
you
either.
wouldn't
Yeah.
want to.
It's in bad shape.
Even the grounds are.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's a couple of wells up there, and I don't think you want people walking around that.
Who owns it?
Doug Dog.
The
Foundation.
Foundation.
It's not Doug personal.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 months is a long time. Could the grounds be cleared such that we could have a celebration on the grounds? I don't know what. I've never been up there, so I don't know what it looks
it's
like.
pretty bad.
Like overgrown.
Sometime in 18,
Overgrown.
19, you weren't with us when Norman and I had a little going up there. Where you hadn't come to council yet.
No, we get about probably 4 to 5 people a year that come in here that are family of the Clements, and they always come in and want to go up there. And I mean, some people come in July and August with the snakes out and everything else, and they will trek up that road to that house. And I always tell them, you do it at your own risk. That I'm not going to go up there and give tours.
So there's no flat ground up there that you
It's
could.
very little,
Look further.
but it's so grown up, and it's just a minefield of sorts.
Okay.
I flew a drone over it about a year ago, and I think some people maybe stay up there at night, and because it was children's toys and everything up under the house, so you could see where some of them were pushed halfway in and halfway out. These big
Wow.
pedal things you see.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty big mess.
We know 10 years or maybe 15 years ago, the English Foundation tried to give that to the town.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of discussion about it, but they said they wanted to put some conditions on it. And they never did give us the conditions, and they just dropped it.
Yeah,
Wonder if that would be
anywhere.
something.
The town was, the council was very leery of it. The
Well,
expense of it.
We were. That was the thing right there. Is we, some of that happened in my second term, and we liked the concept of it, but it was like a lot of other things that we got to do. We've got to pay for this with something.
But if it's going to sit there and fall down, wouldn't we be better having our hands on it? And maybe some point in time we could get something done than it being outside of our hands.
Well, that was one of the things that we kicked around, and I don't disagree.
Who owns this foundation? Is it a
It's
non?
WC English Foundation.
Okay.
It's a nonprofit.
Okay.
That's what pays my salary at my church. It's WC English Foundation.
Okay.
And Beverly's one of my best friends. So I just don't feel like I can push that. I feel uncomfortable pushing it myself, but for,
Well, Jeff Blazin and I met with Beverly and Doug at Jeff's place and floated this out to them, and they didn't say no, but they didn't say yes. So, I mean, I think the door could be open, whether we walk in or not.
Yeah.
I don't know, but conversations could certainly take place.
the house itself, because it has been renovated, I think, doesn't qualify as a historical building, is my
Right.
understanding.
Yeah.
But the fact of it having Revolutionary War relevance might change its status as being able to get grant money from a historical. I don't know, but it's certainly worth a try.
Well, I just think if the town could get our hands on it, you know, then we could start working on a lot of different things for it. We, like you were talking about, we could have fundraisers and stuff like that. I mean, we could have a 5K, a 10K race in town like we used to have, and say the first prize is a pound of hurt gold, which is saltpeter. Take it right out the ground right over here. You know, have that as a first prize with a little ribbon around it or something. I mean, you know, it's a whole lot of people that'll turn out for stuff like
Well,
that.
that's why I was saying that if there's enough flat land up there that we could clear, that we could have a 4th of July celebration, we could then do that as a fundraiser to then hopefully do more with the property. I don't know, it's just an idea. I love the idea of a 5K. People will come for miles for things like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
The Hurt Hill.
yeah, the Clement Hill,
Well, yeah,
the Revolutionary
you
5K.
do a 5K up.
Oh, that's
up
great,
Hurt
Revolutionary
Road.
5K.
That's a tough 5K.
So yeah, I mean,
Once you get your hands on that million, doors will open.
Yeah, we gotta do something about the snakes, though.
yeah, that right.
Yeah, Gary won't go close to it from April till November.
I won't go up there, I'm telling you.
I begged to go, no, we're not going. I said, why not, Gary?
During
There's
the
snakes
winter,
up
we'll
there.
go. Yeah. So, you know, do we need a couple people working on that? Do I have any volunteers?
I mean, I'll reach out to the gentleman in charge of the Evoca, see if they're interested in partnering at all. But I think we also need to come up with a plan of what we'd like to see.
Alice, how about you and Bob working on that?
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's well past the time that we need to be doing it.
Yeah, I'd love to not let history fall away.
Yeah, I love it.
I've got my Uncle Robert Thompson's description of Clement Hill in the 17th century.
Wow.
It's really, yeah.
Well, Henry Hurt told me one time that he
is definitely connected.
yeah, he is the last Hurt to live in that house on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
He actually lived in it.
What year?
I don't know.
It hadn't been all that long ago.
I know when I was a kid, I mean, you rode the bus to
Yeah.
school and it looked really nice.
Could we get him, since we're extremely distant cousins, to possibly be in the loop with what we might want to do?
With Henry,
Uh-huh.
I would be surprised if he wasn't interested in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's a picture over in the Stanton River Family Physicians building of Clement Hill. It looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think Jim Funderburk picture.
Took it probably 30 years ago or more. Before
I don't know how long,
So
but it looks great.
if it's been that long, you could do a fair bit of restoration. It sounds. I thought it'd been like 100 years since it's been
Oh, no,
lived in. Well, that's really great.
Yeah.
No, go over there and get a flu shot and look at it.
Okay, moving along, the plaza update. We're working with a developer who's not really going to be a developer, but he will probably be a project manager, as Paul suggested at a meeting a few meetings ago, to where he would and his team would handle contractors and they could do the inspections and all for us. So he's going to get us a rendering of what the front of the plaza that they're proposing would look like, and as soon as we get our hands on that, we will make that drawing available so that the public can see it and see the road that we're looking at taking for the plaza. But we're getting very close to getting ready to get started on this. So we're all very excited about that. And next we have the computer replacements for the town. They're past their life expectancy, and we're gonna have to start getting some computers in. And I present you guys with a quote from Dell, and we'll just go around the table and see what people think. Paul, what do you think?
I want to get Bob to explain his email before we get, because we had pricing from Bob, pricing from you, but then Bob was explaining the computer need.
So, first and foremost, to make it clear, Joe has a computer that's working now.
Yeah.
So that's been taken care of. That was the immediate need that was brought up at the last town council. So I went and got quotes. I added the mayor's quote to the list. So 5 desktop computers is what we were looking at. I found a quote from Lenovo. These computers weren't as powerful as what we gave Joe, but they were very close, and they are of the newest generation hardware, and those were $615 a piece. So we got 5 of those, it'd be $3,075. Mayor got a quote from Dell. Those computers weren't as powerful as what Joe got, but they are very close as well. The big difference with his quote is that he had a 5-year warranty with included on-site support. So that is worth a fair bit of money, in my opinion, and that was $800 a piece.
800 as opposed to
15.
615.
So that'd be $4,000 for the 5 computers. But keep in mind, it does have a 5-year warranty and site support. And then Amazon, just to do a check, a similar computer to the Lenovo and that Dell, I was able to find for $715. So right there in the middle between the Dell and the Lenovo, but it doesn't have that good warranty that the mayor's Dell one had. And Amazon, they don't have support. That was $35.75. I went down to Laney's. Laney wasn't able to get us a computer that was the exact version we got Joe. These were actually quite a bit more powerful. Those were $1,200 a piece, and that was $6,000 for 5. And then there was another quote we got from Dell, and these are more powerful, like Laney's computers, and these were $1,218, and that was $6,090 for all 5 computers.
And I think that last quote includes wireless mouse and keyboards too.
The 1218, yeah, that did.
Yeah.
Yep. And then monitors. I found a monitor that would get the job done. 22-inch on Amazon for $85 a piece. That would be $425 for the 5 total. Laney quoted me $140, and these are 22 inches as well. They're Asus. They're good quality. And $700 for 5 there, $140 a piece. And then the quote that the mayor got was $175 per monitor. These are a little bit bigger, but basically the same hardware levels, and those were $175 a piece, and that's $875 for all 5.
But they got the 5-year warranty.
They do.
Yeah.
Monitors, I mean,
Usually
they
they don't
very
go bad,
rarely
yeah.
go bad. You can use those things for 20 years generally, unless you punch it a lot. Some people do that.
Well,
So-
yeah.
So my email got complicated because under our current budget, we have a budget line item that says that our office capital expenses is $2,500 that we budgeted for. So my recommendation was that we stay within our budget line item for this year and use one of the computers from Dell and give that to Shannon, and we get 5 monitors from Amazon, and that would give us a total cost of $1,225, and we would come under that line item budget by $225. So with Joe's new computer, that'd be $2,275. Now, if we don't want to keep under that budget line item, and we want to go just slightly above and get one more computer, I recommend we go with the 2 Lenovo's, save $200. Lenovo makes great product. They're U.S. company, Raleigh based, and get 3 monitors from Amazon. That would put us at $1,855, and that means we would be over the budget line item by $405, a total of $2,905. So I threw a lot of numbers at you. I think first and foremost, we need to decide, are we gonna stick to our budget line item number?
I think we gotta stick to budget because we chopped the budget.
Oh, we did.
I mean, we had a good budget going into it, but then we chopped it even more
Well,
to the hair on our chin, so.
we did with a lot of things along that line. We went low on office capital this year, not seeing something like this coming. I don't think any of us expected, less than halfway into the FY that we need to replace all the computers. Now, we did replace, long about the time you and I changed administration, we changed computer systems because you wanted to go with Dell then for a variety of reasons, and they had their own support, and we got away from using companies like ITG or TechBait or whoever. They probably should all be done at one time. And that way we don't have a staggered thing coming up every year or two. We need another one this year, we don't need one next year. That's a thought that if these are the ones that the ones that we're changing out, Gary, are the ones that we brought in at the start of your administration, right?
Yeah, they passed their life
Well,
expectancy.
they are. About 5 years.
Yeah, the service, according to Travis, is still performing top notch, so we don't need a server. But we've got Jason's, his desktop, it isn't working very well either, and I know yours isn't.
And it's getting
Because
worse.
to log up, get ready to go, these computers stay on from 8 to 5 o'clock every day. And when we're waiting on Shannon to get into her computer and get to working, that's time down. We've got Travis spending an hour trying to speed it up and get it going faster. So you're paying her downtime, his time working on it, so they're costing. I went out and got Lenovo to send me a quote to do compatible servers as Dell, and their quote, and I go back to the 5, and this is i7s, and Lenovo, I'm not going to knock it, they're good computers, and their quote was $67,690 for 5, and that includes the monitors as well. And it does include, because you can buy the 5-year warranty from Lenovo. They don't just give it to you, you have to buy it. The Dell quote was, 47, 60 or something like that, I think. Wait a minute.
4,875.
Yeah, and that includes wireless keypads, wireless mouse, and it includes 27-inch monitors. And I talked to Travis about monitors, and he said that really in an office environment like this, you want 27s, you don't want 22s.
The bigger the better.
That's a
Yeah.
lot better.
Yeah, these are desktops that sit on the desk like what we've got, and Lenovo's is a desktop too. I don't think we want to, bring in towers because they got to be located in the knee hole of the desk. And when Joe and Paul come in, sometimes they come in a hurry, and if you drop down in the chair and you kick your computer, you don't want to be kicking a computer.
What kind is the one that we got, Joe?
This is a tower.
It's a tower, and it's not a particular brand. It's one Laney built.
It's kind of a generic one that he.
But I think he does have an Intel.
It is. It's an Intel i3.
I threw it.
Another thing that just
And
came,
these are all i7s as well. The Lenovo and the Dells are i7s on the quote that I got.
another thing that just came to mind thinking about a small to medium office setting is one of uniformity. I would question how good it is to go to mix and matching. I mean, it's probably not a bad thing, but there's something that I like about uniformity, about everybody having the same equipment and being comfortable, across rooms, across desks, across users. Is something just feels a little bit better about that.
Well,
On one hand, I agree, with Paul about we developed and built a fairly tight budget to try to keep things down in the economy. At the same time, when something like this comes along, there are times when you just need to do something like this and get it done with and let that line item run over and then try to gain it back somewhere else. And if we are losing that much in employee downtime and tech support time with Travis or whoever, then there's as much going out there or more as it would be to go ahead and pay for the things that we need and not have to do that. Now, I don't have exact numbers in front of me, but just off the top, that's the intuitive feel I have of the situation.
well, we passed the capital improvement plan with water, Paul. Well, I was talking Paul, either one. So it's dollars there. I think that within the budget, from general and breaking it down by general and water, I think we can find the money to do it. I truly do believe that. I was looking at it the other day with Marissa, and so I think we can find it, and that I do believe. And I mean, I just recommend the Dells because I've always had good service with them. These have been good computers. They're a couple $1,000s cheaper than the Lenovo's. We get the 5-year warranty. It's on site, and then that way we get everybody on the same equipment. And
So, Bob, you did a lot of extra work there, and I haven't had time to dissect all that, but at the end of the day, what is the difference in the price of just buying 5 Dells with all of the everything as opposed to some of these mix and match options? What's the difference in the total? I mean,
And having to buy the service.
you have to consider service and tech support, warranty.
Yeah.
Efficiency in the office. The bigger monitor. If I were sitting there working on a computer all day, I'd like the bigger monitors too for visual and other reasons. But I'm not the one doing it. So, if our staff has any input on that, I'd be curious to hear it.
you ask about the difference. The quote that I have from Lenovo is $67.60.90 for 5, and the quote that I have from Dell is $47.56.70.
So roughly $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spec the higher system than what I did.
And like I said, I think we're getting. You saw the text from Travis. He said it's a killer deal from Dell.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that the quote that Dell gave us for the computers was good. I think the monitors are overpriced for what they are. The warranty's good. I guess my issue is where are we going to pull it from the budget? If we are going to go over, what other budget line items are we not going to spend money on? And then, I really don't think we need to spend that kind of money, $175 on monitors that could be used in an office. That's the amount of money that gaming monitors are.
Yeah. What we could do is we could take the Dell monitor, and then we've got enough 27s in here now that we could put a dual array. We could utilize what we've got here with a new Dell monitor, and each one would have 2, because I know Joe really likes working with 2. I know you really like working with 2. So Jason,
When you get a bunch of things going on, it comes in handy. I didn't realize that until that little time that I worked at Liberty in the registrar's office. I had 2 monitors and anywhere from 7 to 12 tabs open on both of them, toggling back and forth constantly, and you can't do that.
I was doing that
efficiently
20
with
some
one.
years ago at Central.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
easy once you get used to it. And
what I would do is take
Things
the
so
one
fast.
that's in Joe's office, one from Laney. I would put that down for Tristan.
We didn't buy one from Laney.
I thought the tower.
Joe already had 2 monitors in there when
No,
I
no,
came.
no. I'm talking about the tower computer.
Oh,
Yeah, I would take that, and put it down for Tristan, because he's just got little thing on his desk now that he's using, and he uses computer least of anybody here just for reports and all. So it's not like we're wasting anything of that just goes down there. And then,
If whoever wants to use it can use whatever computer, that's not gonna bother me.
well, I mean, I think that the ones up here have gotten used to using the laptop. I mean, not laptop, but the desktop, that small one and all.
Yeah.
And wireless will even make it better. You don't have the wires running around everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think we gotta figure out where's the money gonna come from before we approve it. If we wanna deduct from other budget line items, that's fine with me, I just wanna know where we're gonna do that.
I'm looking.
Look at that CIP in water. I don't remember right off the bat how much that was, but I think it was a couple grand there.
Have we used, I've seen, I don't have a current, I don't have a current financial, but have we used anything out of infrastructure development in 191?
No, I don't think so.
There's 5,000 in that. And
I was looking at it with Marissa, and I don't know.
this is, I mean, that's a little bit of, technically, by definition, it's infrastructure, it's just not the type that you typically think about with Department 191, but you could.
And you see, you could pull some out of general, some out of water, and then some out of PD. So you kind of charge them off to each department.
To me, it would be harder to find room in PD for that. I don't know where in PD you'd find it, but no, that, you know, you and Jason may have a different idea of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking in enterprise to see if there's anything. There's not a lot of wiggle room there.
I guess the thing
See-
we gotta keep in mind is we got 9 more months to go.
Yeah.
We got 9 more months to go, and if something else hits us,
Yeah.
We've got in water capital purchases, 3505, 9892 2000. We got 5,000 that hadn't been touched.
Right. Well, now capital purchases. My budget shows that we budgeted 5,000,
Yeah, we did.
and we've used 15.
No, we haven't used anything.
Haven't used any?
According to mine, this was printed. And it's a month or so old.
All right.
I got one that I had marked
We didn't,
up here.
I thought we spent money on the pump.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't find it. I'll tell you what,
we did.
we can,
Sure.
we may have a, meeting coming up in a week. I'll get with Marissa tomorrow and go back through all that stuff that we were looking at, and I can send all of you an email outlining everything we had. We were able to find enough money that we could do it.
Yeah, no, I just
want to make sure that we're good over the next 9.
Yeah, and the monitors, just found a monitor on the internet for $97. That's 27-inch, so that's $80 less.
Yeah.
Where was your order from?
Amazon.
I heard an awful lot of bad things about Amazon and computers and computer equipment. I've got a brother who talked to me and lives in Richmond about getting a computer. I said, you don't want to get it on Amazon because I've heard a lot. He said, yeah, but look at what you say. He bought it, and 30 days later, he's calling the 800 number because he's got a problem with it, and nobody picks up, no warranty, anything. And I talked to Dell about it, and I said, you guys have any problem with selling computers on Amazon? We won't sell them. We have had a lot of people call us where they bought refurbished Dells on Amazon, and they're having a lot of problems. They call us, and we naturally won't stand behind the warranty because we don't sell on Amazon. Lenovo, they told me that they did sell on Amazon through resellers and all, and they said you can't control what people do. Some of them buy computers and refurbish them, put them out there, and it looks like it's a Lenovo, it looks like it's a Dell, but you know, I think we're better off
These are just
sticking.
monitors.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
Computers.
a monitor,
It's like buying a keyboard.
yeah,
I mean,
I mean, it's.
we could save enough to buy another 2 monitors. The amount difference there, and we're talking about monitors. We're not talking about computers.
Yeah.
I don't think we need
I've
warranty on
never
a
seen a
monitor.
monitor fail. I haven't. I've seen a computer fail, but I haven't had a monitor fail.
Yeah, I mean, to the computer point, the computer I'm using today is 13 years old. Works really well. So some computers don't last as long as others, but I'm fine with us doing the 5-year warranty with Dell. But I want to know where we're going to pull from the budget line items, and then I'm not going to spend $175 on a monitor. That's just
No.
bonkers to me. You know,
Well,
when we could
The price of those is embedded in the Dell quote. Now, if we knew how much that quote would be without the monitors, I mean, that's one thing.
I'm sure it won't be that much.
And
Well, I
it
can
shouldn't-
tell you how much they're calculating on a monitor is $155 for a 27-inch monitor
Each,
each.
Yeah, you can get those at half that.
But is it the same quality? Who makes it?
Well, I mean, a monitor's a
You
monitor.
can get a Dell
that's
27-inch for $116.
A Dell?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Wow.
But this is Scepter, which they make really good products too, and that's $95. So
well, it has already been mentioned a minute ago that due to other things going on, we're gonna have to, in part, due to John's schedule, we're gonna have to have a call meeting next week. So, I mean, I hate to keep kicking this down the road, but do we need, if we're just gonna meet next Wednesday, do we need to do a little more homework and then try to arrive at a final decision then?
Well, I think that, you know, we could do that, either send an email out tomorrow and say, you know, this is where we
Yeah,
would
just
pull the
need to know
money
where it's
from.
gonna come from.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
It's just, where's the money gonna come from?
that's the main thing is, you know, what combination of line items in general and enterprise can we get it? And it should be a combination of them because some of it
Yeah.
is used for water and wastewater and some
Well, I
of
feel
it's-
like PD should, you know, each department should pay for its own.
yeah, and let's make sure that we do the 1050 from Public Works that we already spent.
For Joe's
Joe's.
computer, yeah.
Yeah.
Got that recorder?
So, I'll get an email out to you guys, meet with Marissa tomorrow, and we'll get some ideas on it.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of expenses that we got surprised with was putting a ductless split unit in down on the pump station, replacing
Lawnmower?
the lawnmower, replacing the pumps down there, and Paul Maddox coming in to find the leak over here. You know, these are surprises that we didn't have in the budget. So, I mean, we can't absorb so many surprises.
Mhm.
All right, moving right along.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
We've got to catch up minutes from May
Yeah.
6th.
You're absolutely right.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
Does anybody have any questions
Okay,
about the
no.
minutes?
I don't.
No, they're good.
No
Thank you.
corrections this time?
I could be super nitpicky, but I think you did a good
I,
job.
I think they're fine.
Do we hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the catch-up minutes from May 6, 2025 as presented.
Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
All right, now, you can have a call meeting or you can continue this meeting.
I say we continue.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
Remember, don't say the meeting's adjourned.
Right,
We continue the meeting to discuss the disposition again.
right. Gary, on the minutes, yes or no? We had a motion to accept, and we got a second, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Bob,
Yes.
Alice,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, if nobody has anything else, I do not, so go ahead.
You need a time next Wednesday to continue the meeting to.
Yes, we will continue this meeting on Wednesday, the 29th of October at, would you guys rather do 6 or 7 p.m.?
6.
Six would be done.
We will continue this meeting 6 p.m. Wednesday, the 29th. Thank you all for coming and look forward to seeing you next week.
And we'll see if we can get something figured out between now and then.
We'll always get something figured out. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Your word. See.
Four of these.
Or, does it tell who it was?